Hello, everyone. How are you? How are you? We are back today with another episode of the TERRAN Lamp Show. This is episode number 59. 59. Thank you so much for joining me each and every Tuesday. We are here at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Time for those on the East Coast, and 5:30 Pacific Standard Time for those on the West Coast. So I would like to ask of you to make sure that you are going to my YouTube and subscribing at TERRAN Lamp, or I am TERRAN Lamp. Also checking out, we are now available on Apple Podcasts. So I want to thank everyone for their support getting me there. So I am on Apple Podcasts at the TERRAN Lamp Show. And then you can find me, of course, on IG Live every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for another episode. If you have a story, and I know you do, I would love to have you here on the show. Please make sure you get a hold of me. If you know someone who has a story, I would love to have them on the show. Just hook us up, give us a DM. If you have my number, send us a text message. So make sure, you guys, that you are tuning in, you are liking the videos, you're sharing the videos, you're following, again, on IGTV, YouTube, and now on Apple Podcast. Okay, so, yes, so my guest I see, hello, Winter. Bethany, I am on my way. Let's see if I could get you in here. Let's see. Invite. There you are, Miss Bethany. Hopefully all works well. And again, thank you everyone for joining us. This is the TERRAN Lamp Show, episode number 59. Hi, Bethany.
Hey.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can. There was a little delay for a second, but I think I got you.
Okay.
I think. How are you, beautiful?
I'm good.
You look beautiful.
I was like right in the middle of wash my hair time. I forgot. I was like, oh, can't do it right now.
Your eyebrows look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
You've inspired me. I'm like, mine look like a little, well, they're okay. They're not a unibrow yet, so I'm okay.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
But I miss you so much.
I miss you too.
Little delay, yeah. I know. So I'm going to let Bethany get into her story for sure. But I want to let everyone know. So for those who may not know, most people know that I had cancer. And most people know my mom had cancer, and I stayed in solidarity with my mom. So Bethany was the one who started this. Bethany, do you remember?
Yeah.
You were shocked.
Yeah.
You were so shocked.
I was.
For real. So here we are, years later, and I'm still holding on. I don't think I might grow it back eventually.
I know. I want to join you.
You what?
I want to join you.
Oh, come on over.
I'm like, to cut or not to cut.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
It's wonderful. I mean, it's so freeing. I get to do everything I want to do. I get to swim, work out. It's easy. I don't think about it. Occasionally, I actually got a cut today, and it grows so fast that occasionally it looks wild. Like if I let it grow too long, just kind of is wild. Uh-oh, can you hear me okay? You're frozen, I think. We both might be frozen. Let's see if you come back. Hello, hello? I don't know if it's me or you. Maybe if someone is on, if they could tell us if I'm frozen or, oh, Bethany went away. So, okay, let me see. She's coming back in. Let's see. Yes. She's coming back in. Bethany? There you are.
It kicked me out. Okay,
Yeah,
it kicked me out. I could see you.
And so just so I'll tell the viewers that if for whatever reason both of us get kicked out, we will be back. So we're
Okay,
back 7:30 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if for whatever reason both of us get kicked out, we'll be back.
okay,
Okay,
cool.
so Bethany, tell us your, like I put on your tagline, you know, you hold many hats. So tell us your journey, I guess, you know, yeah, you hold many hats, which is amazing. So tell us your journey. Tell us how you started. Tell us where you are. You know, tell us how you got there. Tell us your story. Oh,
So I'm trying to remember what you put on my taglines.
so I put wife,
I
entrepreneur,
guess I'll go.
but
Okay.
of course,
So,
the beauty industry. You know, faith walker, all that.
okay. So I think it all ties together. So the beauty, I'll start with the beauty industry part. So I am a shop baby, a salon baby. My mom is a hairstylist. I have an aunt who's a hairstylist. So I grew up in the beauty salon. Helping out. I was the shop girl. I was the assistant, but I didn't think that would be my path, my journey,
Mm.
because I was like, I'm not spending every Saturday in a salon. I'm gonna be out doing my thing. That was my plan. I'm not spending my nights in the salon all night, but it just came naturally
Mm.
for me, styling hair, and I just always love people, and particularly I love encouraging women, and I love beauty, and I actually love focusing on things that are internal that help express outer beauty, I would say. I really believe that beauty really lies within more so
Mm.
than the outer appearance is just another asset to what a person really holds within. So my journey started, you know, as an assistant in my mom's salon as a teenager. And fast forward, I'm from Mississippi. I moved to the Chicago area to get married to my husband. And after that point, I for like a year or two, I was a homemaker, not knowing what I wanted to do. And then I decided to go to beauty school. And it was a breeze because I already knew everything. I finished early. I finished beauty school early. I went into the first salon I went into. I went in as another assistant. It was a Latina salon. Um, and I kind of faked it till I made it. Faked my way through some stuff. I butchered some haircuts.
Oh no.
I did pedicures. I did manicures. I learned how to do. I did men's cuts. So I was doing everything until I started to really niche out like the parts that I was good at and what I wanted to focus on, and that was healthy hair care. And during that time, and products, I was really into products. And so during that time, I actually went back. I had an opportunity to go back to my cosmetology school to get my teacher's license. And while I did that, I had another opportunity to work for a product company. So my time as a beauty professional wasn't just as a hairstylist behind the chair. I worked for a major product company, a lot of products everybody use, As I Am, Cure Care, Affirm. So I was an R&D stylist for 7 years. And so what that entails is me testing products that were up and coming to the market on live people, you know, years before they even came out. I was that person who would help pick fragrance, help pick the consistency of a product, help determine what type of bottle or container that a professional would like to use. So I did that for about 7 years. And
Was that fun?
then I went back into the salon.
Was it fun?
It was
Yeah.
fun, but it can be limiting because
Mm.
the focus is not really to build your skill as far as styling goes. The focus
Mm-hmm.
is to test the products to make
Okay.
sure that they do what they say they do.
Okay.
And so we tested all types of, before keratin treatments were hot on the market. We were testing them 10 years ago. So a lot of things that people are using now today, I see in the stores like, yep, we tested that. So it
Okay.
was fun, and working with chemists, that's always fun, learning formulas and what goes into what, and why a product does what it does and what it's supposed to do. All of that was fun. And I think all jobs in my career were opportunities for me then were for my now. So after the product company, I then began to teach. I taught at a mom and pop type school. Then I taught at a corporate school at Empire, Miss Roberts Academy. So I've been the clinic floor teacher. I've been the theory teacher, the advanced teacher. I was really hooked on teaching the business portion of business planning for a beauty business, because people, their skills are great, but a lot of time in a beauty industry, they just don't know how to run a business, how to set it up properly, how to really be your own entity, be your own boss within somebody else's business. Even as a booth renter, you are your own business. So you're supposed to be legally set up,
Okay.
as your own entity. So stuff that I take all of my jobs as a teacher, as a stylist behind the chair, and then becoming my own salon owner, as a R&D stylist for a product company. Like, I was a sponge. I think we all are sponges, and we're supposed to soak up all that stuff for our own entrepreneurial journey. So all of that is helping me in my now, and that's how I met you. I was teaching at Empire, and I think I was teaching advanced, and it was my class's night to be on the salon floor. And one of my things was I never wanted a client to walk out, feeling like they went to a school. So I just always try to help the students focus on like giving the client their best. Whoever's in your chair, give them your all, give them your best.
So are you ever look back on it and you're surprised because you opened up the conversation with, I was not going to do this, and you were like, I was going to be the opposite of being, do you look back on it now and think, wow, I'm kind of surprised where I am?
I wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't know what type of teacher.
Okay.
So yeah, I wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't think it was going to be in the sense of cosmetology education, teaching a trade, I'll say. And so I guess I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised now, because like it all just happened so like flawlessly, I guess, like easily. And now I'm like, I'm hooked. Like, this is my industry. I love it. And so I relocated last year to Georgia from Illinois. And before the pandemic, I was having some health challenges and I was sick. And so that led to me closing my salon. But even before that, I was trying to work my way from behind the chair. I think you already knew this. A lot of my clients knew that the education piece that I was starting with my other business, beauty business education, with the coaching and doing the classes to prepare beautypreneurs, how to set up their business, how to do business planning. A lot of that stuff was for me to create, another stream of income so I could retire myself from behind the chair. But it happened early with my health. And so I took that time. At first I was really like overwhelmed, like, okay, what am I supposed to do? It was just a fight to still want to do this. And so now that I relocated and feeling way better, just rebranding those things. I'm not going to go back behind the chair, but I'm staying in this industry. So the thing that I'm working on now are salon suites. We're working on our own independently owned salon suite here in Georgia, trying to get the first location up and running this fall. So sometimes I am surprised by it. I guess so, TERRAN. I am like, okay, I'm really taking this beyond, what I tell people, you don't have to just stay behind the chair, but I'm taking it beyond the chair. And I get to talk to women still every day about beauty, about, their self-image, about self-care. I still get to motivate entrepreneurs, and I don't even just limit information that I share to people in the beauty industry. Like if you're an entrepreneur, you know it, and you have a business idea, I'm going to help you brainstorm. I'm going to help you figure out, like, how do I bring this to manifestation? How do I work this out?
What were some of the obstacles that you faced, in just your journey, whether it be, a lot of things. You kind of mentioned your health, you mentioned moving, entrepreneurship, moving, health. What were some of the obstacles that you faced along your journey that, have either like maybe had you take a step back or rethink something or reinvent or rebrand? Or what were some of the obstacles that maybe you came across?
Having the correct team.
Okay.
Yeah, having the correct people. It's hard to like a team. I'm like that. I'm that person that I rather do it alone than have fake help. Like you say you're going to help me, or you say you're going to be down for the cause, and then I can't rely on you. So I'm that person. So I really have a problem. I do. That's a problem with delegating things out to people. And then when I first opened my salon, I feel like it's enough. There are enough clients for everybody to eat, right? Financially for everybody to grow. But when I asked for help from like people that I knew in the beauty industry that I looked up to, other salon owners, just stuff like with contractors and build outs, and like I would send them a message or a text and they would not respond to me. They responded months later, and I'm like, that's okay. It's done now. So they truly saw it as competition, and I wasn't seeing that way. Like, so those were some of the main obstacles, I guess, just having to help and finding a team, like really finding genuine people to support. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine, that's hard, especially, just it's weird because like you said, a lot of people may have thought you were competition and wanted to know, more about how to compete against you, or wanted to learn the information to compete against you rather than, to help you. Right.
Yeah.
Knowing you personally, I know you don't even have that in your spirit. I mean, I think, are you, what's the word? Are you ambitious? Absolutely. Right. But you're not a stabber, you know what I mean? If you will, not at all in your spirit, like in your soul.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that was hard for you to even work with, or maybe it was even hard for you to identify because you don't do that. You know what I mean? But yet some people around us are taking us and trying to, compete against us rather than help us. And I can imagine that space of beauty is, is just as competitive as any other, entrepreneurial space we think about. So you kind of mentioned it before, but I always like to ask guests, what are some of their well, maybe I'll go to this one first. Pieces of advice. So you have an entrepreneur, he or she's starting a business, whether or not it's in the beauty industry, we don't know, but you can make it in the beauty industry or not. What are three pieces of advice that you would give them?
To have a plan.
Have a plan.
Definitely, I think, a plan is important. To be passionate about it. Like, and when I say passionate, can you do it for free? Like, is this something that you could do for free and it would give you so much joy from doing it for free? And the third one, let's see. Have a plan, have passion, purpose. Like, make sure if like purpose in your life, like that you can fuse. I say passion and purpose together. Passion, purpose, and profession. That's one of the things that I like to focus on as far as being the core values of like my brand is fusing passion and purpose together, and expressing it through your profession. Like you can really create a profession out of things that you are passionate about and that serves the greater good of others and yourself. Like you can have great purpose from it.
Let me ask you this one, and this is just again because I know you and we have these conversations on my bracelet. We have these conversations and had these conversations when we were in the shop, but you've done an excellent job of infusing faith into your business.
Okay.
I feel like you're not afraid to share that, you know? And that's interesting, I think, in entrepreneurship and business, right? Because some people get, some people, I don't know if it's interesting, but some people get a little, about doing that. Can you tell me, like, I guess, was that something natural? Was that something purposeful? I know it's just Bethany in her heart, but I think for a lot of people, that might be something to say, oh, I'm not going to, talk about my faith while at work or even, on your branding, it's virtuous, right? Like it's infused into your brand. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So it's kind of obvious because it like the word virtuous, you think of the virtuous woman, right? And so my thing has part of the brand was it was a brand for women and to uplift, encourage. And then when you think about the virtuous woman, biblically, like she was a woman of many hats. She was a real estate agent. Like she picked the land. She was a designer. She picked the fabrics and made clothing for her home. She went to the market. She was a great asset to her husband. She was a total businesswoman, but still with so much grace. So that's one thing, like sharing my faith with grace. I'm not like, I don't have to quote the scripture to share it with people. And I don't share it with the purpose of trying to get you to believe what I believe. I just want like my life and my experience to be an example. And if that causes you to believe God, hey, the purpose is fulfilled. Like just really letting the word do the work. But I'm not a beat you over the head with a Bible person, and I'm not a quote the scripture to the T and tell you where it come from and this is what you're gonna do. This is what you should do. No, but just sharing it in love. You get more bees with honey, but just sharing my faith and my experience in love and just being an encourager of men. That's all.
Yeah, I think that, that's something that, of course, people notice, like you said, virtuous in the brand. But I think it's also something that some people don't want to do, right? They don't want to infuse those two or mix those two, their faith and their business. So I definitely wanted to make sure that we had a chance to talk about that because I definitely think that's part of, Renee is on here. She says, amen.
Hey, Renee.
Yeah, she has an amazing story, Renee. So I just think that is, it's something to be said and something to be proud of because, like I said, some people wouldn't do that and to the point of taking their brand and literally, like you said, patterning it after the virtuous woman. So, just, I don't know if kudos is enough, but blessings on that. I think it's great. Hey, Renee. So you mentioned, and I'm going to use the hashtag Beyond the Chair. You mentioned Beyond the Chair for Bethany.
Okay.
And a little bit more, can we talk a little bit more about what the future holds and what it looks like for you beyond the chair?
For me beyond the chair, so I don't plan to go back behind the chair, but people keep asking me something like I may have to do a few pop-up shops just so I could connect with a lot of my former clients because people still like they message me, what should I be using on my hair? Do you know anybody that could do my hair? And so I keep them connected to a lot of my stylist friends and just give product knowledge and information. But for me, so right now we are working on the salon suites, the first location. Ultimately, I think we're thinking about just 3 locations and we should be good.
Are those
And
are
then I
those
have this virtuous collections.
what are the salon suites? Are they just buildings where then people come in and rent booths? Is that what that is? I don't, what's that? What is that exactly?
So it allows, so we'll lease private suites to beauty professionals, so cosmetologists, barbers, makeup artists, nail techs, lash technicians, massage therapists. So we want to create where a customer could come in and have a full service experience
Mm-hmm.
by utilizing the professionals that we have at our location.
Okay.
So
So there'll be
that's
more than one person in there.
yes, more than one person. And then even for me with the education side, just offering education for those beauty professionals to continue on building their career, a community to network with and to grow with. And then I do have virtuous collections where I sell my popping lip glosses that I always sell out of. So I'm waiting on that right now. So initially, I had started focusing on just the beauty brand of products. So we launched the lip gloss, and last month we launched the eyeshadow kits, the eyeshadow palettes. And so it will extend with our lip liners that's coming, eyeliners, and then the hair care and skin care. And that will sum up the collection. So that's what I'm going to be doing beyond the chair. I don't think I want to go back behind the chair as far as those long days and nights standing on my feet styling, but
Yeah.
focusing on the product side and the business side of things.
Yeah, you were definitely working. I mean, I remember you were, I mean, because I would come in decently late. I think sometimes we would leave and it would be dark. You
Yeah,
know,
you were all TERRAN was my every week, every 2 weeks.
every 2 weeks I was there faithfully.
Last client on Thursday nights.
Hmm. We would close because I remember sometimes it would be like Charles would walk us out. You know what I
Yep,
mean? Because it would be so dark.
yep.
Yeah,
We were
we'd be like
out.
in there by ourselves, and and
Yep.
he used to always come check on you or be upstairs. So that was always like our
Yeah.
little routine.
My husband was my security.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
our security,
Yep.
both of us, because we were both in there.
Yeah.
So we got
Yes.
two more minutes. What final thoughts might you have for people listening? Again, it doesn't have to be beauty related, doesn't have to be shop related, doesn't have to be beyond the chair related. It can just be anything that sums up Bethany. Share, tells people, kind of like I said, put a bow on it for us. Any final thoughts for us that about your journey or how to help others?
Ooh, you said helping others. Okay, so
And
today,
I have one more question after that.
okay, today my thought has been actually about helping others. That's funny that you said that. You have to help yourself before you can help others. I have been in like a self-care thought because I was trying to get some things done for my business, and I had like 3 meetings, and in the midst of that I had a phone call of someone who seems to be in distress, and it's like a cycle, and I would often break to help others. But I started noticing like when I would get very productive, um, I get distracted easily sometimes. And that was an excuse for procrastination because I had to stop and help others. And it was it was actually making me helping in my procrastination. And I had to really learn to focus and discern like when I'm supposed to help others and when I'm supposed to allow my productivity to flow. And not be so available all the time for others that I can't help myself.
Mm.
So I think that's what I would say to any entrepreneur right now. It's great to be a help to others. I love sharing information. I will give out information like my life depended on it. But when it comes to building your brand and your business and just getting things done and being productive, learn how to discern what things are distractions and what things are actually helpful in your journey.
Learn how to discern what things are distractions and what things are helpful. Speaking of distractions, I got one right here. So, but I think that's actually we're talking because I was thinking at my job the other day. It was interesting. I was working and my phone was ringing, like multiple times, and I thought the same thing. I thought I can't answer these calls right now. I have to finish whatever task I was doing. And I want to help people and I will definitely get back to people, but I couldn't answer at the moment because to your point, I had to finish what I was doing or I was never going to finish it. And I had to say, okay, T, you will get back to the timely manner, but right now you can't answer. So Max jumped up here because my final question, I've been asking this to guests recently. They always say curiosity kills the cat. Max, they're not you though, buddy. So what is something that you're curious about?
Ooh.
This is for Max.
I don't know. What am I curious about?
Anything. Could be work, could be life.
I think probably just life in general, because I'm trying to find a balance, like with getting back into business and just the self-care part, like caring for myself, family, people pull on you, caring for others. So yeah, I think it's just curious about the balance of life and trying to juggle things and pleasing myself and others, not that you have to please others, but definitely myself.
It's definitely a challenge. I heard this thing the other day that said, and we'll go after this, it said balance is not doing everything all the time. It's doing the right things at the right time. Because we try to think we have all these things we have to keep spinning at all times. But it's not really that. It's like, what thing are you doing are you doing the right thing at the right time? Not necessarily are you doing everything all the time. So I thought that was good because it helps me kind of compartmentalize when I'm thinking about balance. So I agree. I'm curious about how to find it myself. Well, I want to, we are at our time. So of course I thank you. Of course I thank everyone that's joined. I'm also going to thank everyone that is going to watch this in the future, because what I realized is people go back and a lot of people watch this later. So if you are watching it later, then other than today, other than live, thank you so much. Make sure you are going to my YouTube channel and subscribing. Make sure you are checking us out on Apple Podcasts. There are prior episodes there and on my IGTV. If you are near Bethany, please make sure you check her out, and her handle is at the top. It should be, when it shows Instagram, it shows both of us. So make sure you hanging out with Bethany, see what she's got going on. Definitely check out her collection. And like us, follow us, or follow me, like the video, whatever it is. I'm trying to get all those social media terms down, whatever they say nowadays. Otherwise, Bethany, I'm going to give you a call in just a second. And of course, thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate your willingness to share. And I'm going to call you in just a moment.
Awesome.
Bye-bye, everyone. Take care of yourself.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.